Good morning, and I welcome you to this morning's special service where I get to induct our 2020 Board of Trustees. And our service will be in two parts. First, I will have the blessing of the induction of each Board of Trustees as I bless their third eye, their wisdom center, their hearts, and their hands for the mighty works that they will do. Following that blessing ceremony, they will be invited to take the pledge of commitment. And then all those who are gathered, I will also ask you to make the pledge of commitment to opening your heart and supporting not only these beautiful individuals, but that commitment of service. Each one of us is imbued with sacred and spiritual gifts, and they are meant to be used to bless the world. Now, after the ceremony, each board member will share. They have brought a symbol with them. Usually we place it on our altar, but today we have a virtual altar. And they will show you their symbol, and they will talk about what is most alive, what that symbol represents as far as their spiritual gifts or their desire to serve. And let me tell you, this team of individuals, like most, have had to navigate through such trying times during the pandemic. But nevertheless, in spite of all that they have going on in their lives, they have said yes to serving this community and to using their great gifts for the greater good. And so let us begin. This spiritual community has been supported by those who have been willing to be its compassionate and wise hearts, willing and steady hands, and clear and wise minds for more than 65 years. I think pretty soon, maybe within a year or so, this community will have the opportunity to celebrate its 70th anniversary. So this community has endured through many ups and downs, mountaintop experiences and difficulties. And so this morning, I get the opportunity to install the next generation of leadership. Those who, by their willingness, will help to take our community into the next phase of growth. And this is not an easy endeavor. The leadership of Unity by the Shore must be open and receptive to innovation, and at the same time, remain steadfast and rooted in spiritual principles and in ethics. It also requires them to use their discerning power of wisdom as they learn from our youth, yet at the same time respect and value the wisdom of our elders. Additionally, the board must evaluate with me how we can be more open, compassionate, and affirming and inclusive community. And in order to lead, they are entrusted with the opportunity of balancing the laws, norms, and trends associated with relative truth, which change day by day in our physical world. And boy, have we gotten used to a lot of change this year. And they balance that by remaining steadfast, grounded in their resiliency of spirit, knowing the absolute about themselves and each one of us. And we are blessed to have such open individuals who are willing to be grounded in truth, who are committed to their own spiritual growth, as well as being supportive of the spiritual growth of this beloved community. And there before you on the screen, you see these lovely individuals who have said yes. Our President, Tom Serro, our Vice President, Valerie Wake Evans, our treasurer, Joyce Hillary, and she is our partner in prayer. And I ask you especially to hold her in prayer. She will not be with us this morning. She is feeling a little bit under the weather. So again, I invite you to hold her in prayer. Our secretary, Edie Chartier, and our newest members, Paula Phillips and Vicki Mapes. And at this time, I am going to unshare our screen as I confer the blessings of wisdom, of open heart, and of serving hands. And so I would like to invite Tom into the circle with me, our board president. Okay. So can you spotlight me as well, Matt? All right, so we will go with what we have. So Tom, I ask you to place your left hand right above your your left hand above your third eye area and hold out your right hand as I confer the blessing onto you. There we are, okay. May the wisdom imbued in the power of the divine wisdom active in you be the light that guides the way before you. Now I invite you to take your left hand and place it over your heart. Tom, may you serve with an open heart. And with that open heart, may you serve with compassion and a joyous spirit. And now I invite you to place both your hands up. Tom, may you use your divine spiritual gifts to do a mighty work, to perform those tasks that are asked for you in our beloved community. And so it is. And it is an honor and a blessing to be with you all these years that you have served. I think this is your 7th year.
Correct.
So I bless you.
Thank you.
Now I invite Valerie into the center.
Do you see me?
I do, and I'm waiting for you to come in the center with me, but it may take some navigating so we can get started. So I'm going to ask you to place your left hand above your third eye and your right hand out as I confer this blessing. May the divine power of wisdom be the light that guides your path. And placing your left hand over your heart. Valerie, may you serve with an open heart, and may you serve with compassion and a joyous spirit. And now placing both of your hands out. May you use your divine sacred gifts to perform mighty works in our beloved community. And so it is. And I bow to you.
Thank you.
And now I invite Edie into the circle. And Edie, as I invite you to place your left hand over your forehead and you're receiving, that you're receiving here, and your right hand out. Edie, may the power of divine wisdom light the path ahead of you. Now placing your left hand over your heart. And with an open heart may you serve. And may your service be filled with great compassion and a joyous spirit. And now placing both of your hands out in front of you, may you use your divine sacred gifts imbued within you to perform mighty works in this beloved community. And so it is, Edie. I bless you and I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And now I invite Vicky into the circle. And Vicky, I invite you to place your left hand over your forehead as you reach out with your right hand. Vicky, may the power of divine wisdom within you light the path before you. Now taking the hand and placing it over your heart. Vicky, may you serve with an open heart. And may your heart be filled with great compassion and your spirit filled with joy. And now your hands. Vicky, may you use your divine sacred gifts imbued within you to perform mighty works within our beloved community. And so it is. I bless you, I honor you, and I appreciate you.
Thank you, Angela.
And now I invite Paula into the circle. Paula, I invite you to place your left hand above your third eye or near your third eye and your right hand out.
Yeah.
Paula, may the power of divine wisdom within you clear the path before you. And now over your heart. Paula, may you serve with an open heart, and may your heart be filled with compassion as you serve with a joyous spirit. And now your hands representing the works. Paula, may the divine sacred gifts imbued within you be used to perform a mighty work within our community. I bless you, I appreciate you. And so it is.
Thank you, Angela.
And I love your haircut, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
And so now I'm going to give, I thank you, Tom. I thank you, Matt, for helping with this. And so Paula, you're going to stay put. And now we're going to see if we can get the entire board into the center. And we're missing the presidente. All right. Okay, so I ask you after each commitment statement to say, I do. And then we'll be married forever.
Like that.
Okay, so do you commit to your own physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual growth?
I do. I
I
do.
do.
Do you relinquish personal agendas and make decisions that are grounded in truth and are the highest good of this spiritual community?
I do.
I do.
Are you willing to respect the views of other board members, myself, and members of our community, even though their views may be different than your own?
I do.
I do.
And do you commit to fully support board decisions in your contacts with others in our ministry and thereby uphold confidentiality and refrain from triangulation and behind the scenes conversations of criticism and gossip?
I
I
do.
do.
And do you commit to supporting our vision, mission, and core values?
I do.
I do.
And do you commit to supporting the growth of the spiritual leadership within our community?
I do.
I do.
And do you commit to support the work of the minister and the unity movement?
I
I
do.
do.
And so now I will ask the 3 statements of commitment for all those who are bearing witness to these courageous souls. And so of you, I ask these 3 commitments. And if you agree, when I am done with the 3rd one, I invite you to place the words "I do" in the chat box, and then we will all be married. All right. Do you commit to your own physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual growth? 2, do you relinquish personal agendas and respect the views of others that might be different than your own, and in doing so, refrain from triangulation, behind the scene conversations of criticism and gossip? And then 3, do you commit to being actively involved in the growth and financial support of Unity by the Shore? And if you are willing, write "I do" in the chat box. So we appreciate the loving support of each and every person who graces our presence. And so I close this portion of the induction blessing with prayer. So let us close our eyes. We center ourselves in our hearts, and with deep, abiding appreciation, we give thanks for the willingness of each member of this board who selflessly devotes himself, herself to making the community the animating presence of joyful love in action. May they know that as they courageously embody their spiritual gifts in service to this community and the world, they will not only heal and transform their own lives, but support the healing and transformation of the world. We give thanks for each blessed member and friend of Unity by the Shore. May they always feel our warm embrace, our compassion, and our willingness to be a living, loving presence of spirit in their lives. And so, my dear friends, I introduce to you the board of 2021, and let's give them a round of applause. Woohoo! Woohoo! We can do our Zoom applause.
Oh, goodness.
And I love and appreciate each one of you, and they will share about the gift of service in a moment. And now I will bless us with the song, "You Are the Light." For each one of these board members who have said yes are using their light, and each one of you have your gift of light to share with the world. There we are.
get shattered, but you keep believing as if nothing mattered. And everyone tells you it can't be done, but instead of quitting, you continue to run. When you want to conquer, but there seems to be no way. Hope is almost left you, but you get on your knees and pray. Now it seems like you can no longer cope. You can find that little spark that turns darkness into hope. You are the light. You can move the universe all through the night. You keep on shining, keep on shining the light. Sometimes it's hard to keep looking straight ahead, and your thoughts get so confused by what everybody said. But if you keep believing and just try to find the means, anything is possible and you can live your dreams. Anything you dream of will become reality. Your eyes will grasp miracles if you just open them to see. You can change the world if you just give what's in your heart. But your love for life itself must be your greatest art. You are the light. You can move the universe all through the night. You keep on shining, keep on shining the light. And when the night gets cold, doubts are moving in. It's time to stand up and be bold, because you're meant to win. Because you're meant to win. You are the light. You can move the universe all through the night. You keep on shining, keep on shining the light. You can move the universe all through the night. You keep on shining, keep on shining the. You keep on shining, keep on shining the light.
And so now I will invite each board member to share their item that they've chose, the symbolism that it represents, and then I will confer a few words to each person. And so I invite Tom Salmon, our board president. I believe this is Tom's 7th year of service. I started out as alternate, and because he was fulfilling somebody's uncompleted term, and then he just keeps on giving. So Tom.
Thank you, Angela. it's been quite a ride, and I'm really honored and privileged to have served for so many years. And as usual, my symbols are going to require some kind of an explanation as I show you some paint stripper and a stripping tool, a paint scraper. So when I was thinking this year about what would be my symbol, I kept kind of keeping it in the back of my head. And I was actually working on a project. I was refinishing a piece of furniture. And then it came to me. What I'm really doing is repurposing this furniture to serve a newer function. There's nothing inherently wrong with the piece of furniture. It's well built. It has lasted many years. It's high quality, great workmanship. It just needed a new look and maybe a new function. Some things that come to mind. Does anybody out there remember having a telephone table in your house? I do. I remember as a kid. Beautiful piece of furniture. Nobody uses a telephone anymore, so we can repurpose that to something else. How about a TV stand? Very few people have those little stands that held a small portable TV, as we all have these giant screens. Another one that comes to mind is, think about as you're driving, all those billboards that you would see when you're driving around. Now they're digital, the images change. No one has to go up there and do all the changing and all that stuff. The structure is fine. The building that it's standing on or the tower that it's on is fine. It just needs a little update to keep in times, to keep up with the times. So these symbols represent, and I think, Angela, you mentioned it when you were talking right before the induction, of how Unity is changing, and what we need to do is to repurpose, keep all of the things that have been steady for us, and just add to that and repurpose new items so that we can keep up with the times and move ahead. So one of my projects this year, in working with Matt as well, is this audio visual thing. And that's a good example of repurposing our facility, the way we handle music and the talks and all that. We're very close to getting this. Well, you'll be seeing a new look, and we'll be able to have a hybrid experience once we go back to having any kind of thing inside of our church. We don't want to lose our online audience. We've learned that this is there's one of those new changes that just didn't exist before. So that's what this symbol represents to me. And in closing, I just want to make one other kind of cute comment. When I was younger, if I ever dreamt or thought about being in a room with 6 women, being the only man in the room with 6 women, this was not the way I envisioned it. So I again thank you for having me, and I hope I can do as well a job as I can in this coming year. Thank you.
So you're going to stay right there for a minute.
Okay.
All right. So, yes, we do. Tom is the only male member on our board at this time, and we do appreciate him. We need a little bit more balance, but we are blessed. So through the years, many of you have seen Tom active in leadership, and I would like to just add, the people who are joining us virtually from a distance or who cannot drive, you are part of our community. And so whatever we do going forward, will that technology that Tom spoke of, that him and Matt are working on, is so essential, because we cannot move forward because you are part of our community. So many of you know Tom's many different hats that he wears, right? So yes, he is our board president. Many of you know that he's a master musician. He plays several different instruments, from the guitar, the piano, but his most passionate expression of music is being the drummer. And many of you have been blessed by his special music on a Sunday, during a Sunday service, and the renowned Alan Wasserman and Friends concert. So we are blessed with that. Tom also takes care of our building and grounds, is our tech guru. And so I was trying to think of what else could I say that you might not know, and maybe you already do, but did you know that Tom can do all that and he could cook too? I don't know if you can see this. So this is a gift that I will give you when I do see you. It's an apron.
Oh, that's
So,
great.
and there's a quote I'd like to share with you, Tom. It's by Thomas Keller. A recipe has no soul. You, as the cook, must bring soul to the recipe. And it is the heart and soul of an individual that brings life into expression. And that's what you do as a leader in our community. Just like having to prepare a meal that can please a crowd and even please the pickiest of eaters, I thought it was a great analogy for what you are called into. And so I also know, I think Tom must put in like 70 hours a week with his job. He has been doing I don't even know the name of your company, but I know you do tech work and supporting the upgrading of technology. And this has been definitely a big lift this year because of the virtual world has grown significantly. And so that has been requiring of Tom long hours, and still he has said yes to serve our community. And on top of that is a devoted husband, father, and grandfather. So Tom, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. I thank you for being the masterful chef and balancing it all for us in our community. I love and appreciate you. Now we get to hear from our Vice President, Valerie Wake Evans.
Okay. Oh, wait. I hope that's gone. There we go. Well, hi, everybody. Went away then. My symbol is this.
Val, you
tulip
went
plant.
away. You gotta
Did I
start
go
your
away?
video, Val.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Where-
Valerie, you're not there. Let's see what I can do.
I don't know what the hell happened. Sorry.
There you
There
go.
you go.
You're-
Am I back?
Just don't cross over to the other side of the bridge yet.
You keep coming in and out, Val. Your video's off again.
Put it down on the tape.
Okay, so we're going to go with the technology, Valerie, and if we can get you back on, great. If not, just I invite you to share. There you are.
Okay, there I are. Well, I decided to do a story because I'm not as good as Thomas talking about what he does. This is a tulip plant, and I decided to use that because I remember when I was a little girl, I was in the backyard and we had tulips and poppies, and one of the tulips didn't bloom. And I told my grandmother, I said, "Grandma, this one's dead. It won't, it won't bloom. It's dead." And she goes, "Oh no, honey, it's not dead. It's still green, but it has potential." So I remembered that. When I was 23 years old, I started to question the existence of God. I didn't like him. He wasn't nice. People around me were dying. Nothing made sense. What kind of a God would do this? What kind of God was, the old God was this way and the new God in the New Testament was that way? I wanted answers and I didn't get them. In college, I took a comparative religion course and I studied a bunch of religions. I never even had heard of Zoroastrianism before, but apparently there is. I was disappointed. I was disheartened. And I said, if this is God, I don't like him. It's not fair. 23-year-olds know everything, but nobody ever said that life was fair. So even back then, even with my disheartening self, I had potential. I thought about being an atheist. And I saw no reason not to. I didn't have any reasons. I didn't have any hope. I didn't have any miracles. I didn't see or hear or feel God. When I asked for a sign, I didn't get it. And I was just about to commit to being an atheist. And one day I said to myself, and what if you're wrong? You're going to piss off God. And that's not good. What if there's a hell? That's just where I'll be. So for years and years after that, I was like in God neutral. And thank God for the internet, because I found unity. And now I'm here and I'm happy. I don't meditate very well, but I do have miracles, and I do have a reason, and I do have science. Jesus says, you can do this and more. You can do this more than I can do. So I have potential. And there are so many ways of service in our church. I'm on the prayer team. I'm on the board. I'm in the choir. I really do like to sing, even though my husband said I didn't have any voice at all. So I'm asking you to please try and be of service, make someone happy. Let other people see that you are happy in your service, and love people and forgive them, because you don't know what's going on in their head. Use a little bit of your potential, because you have a lot. It is very important to give everything you have with a joyful heart. You're not a good example if you give your time and your money and your talent and you look like you're sacrificing. We are the hands and the feet and the mind of spirit. You cannot help someone without helping yourself. You are the selfie of God. So to paraphrase a song by Casting Crowns, if we are the body, why aren't you his arms? Why aren't you his hands healing? Why aren't you his words teaching? Why are you not his feet going? Love, not showing. There is a way. We all have potential. And by the way, the tulip was a late bloomer. We got beautiful red tulips in about a week after that. I'm done.
And I just ask you to stay there for just a moment. Thank you. That was beautiful, Valerie. So Valerie already shared the many ways she serves. She's on the board. She's in her second term. And she is a faithful student of truth. I think, as you know, it's about 6 years now that I've been, I think this summer will be 6 years that I am Minister of Unity by the Shore. And I don't think you've missed many Thursday afternoon book study classes. So she is a faithful student of truth. And she also, like she said, loves to sing, serves on our music ministry. And she is an active member of our prayer team and our chaplaincy program. And so she holds the high watch for those of you who submit prayer requests. And I think the word or the motto when I think of you, Valerie, is what can I do to help? Now, you may not be the most passionate and most technologically savvy person or fond of answering emails, but you have always been the one to say, how can I help? And I do appreciate every week. Valerie goes into the office to make sure all of those financial blessings that are coming in make it into our bank. And the quote that I shared with you, and I know I say this a lot, but it is just something that stands out. You know, we all have many spiritual gifts, and then there's the one that really kind of just exemplifies. So in the words of Tia Walker, caregiving. Caregiving often calls us to lean into love we didn't know possible. And so my gift to you, which is another caregiver, it says, being a caregiver is a work of heart. I don't know if you can see that.
Thank you, Angela.
Yes. And so you have been a steadfast caregiver of so many family members, including your late husband. And I always mention, I'm always in awe of how you and Lynn dote on and care for your mom, Dorothy. It is just a beautiful thing to watch. And I've also, through the years, have seen you reaching out to those who are in need. And most recently, I heard from a little birdie, Barbara, that you and Lynn have been incredible. She was in her last hospital stay, that you have been in touch and Lynn has visited. But you are that, how can I help? How can I give of my heart and soul to let somebody know that I am there? And you are the embodiment of that, Valerie. And I love and appreciate you.
Love you, Angela. Love you dearly.
Now we will be blessed to have Edie share with us.
Sorry about that. It was a little tough to get on here. I think Valerie and I are on the same wavelength. My symbol is also flowers, tulips, as a matter of fact, that I actually got from my wonderful friend, Lynn Presley. The flowers are a symbol of growth, and this board has helped me to grow so much over all the years. I'm really excited to serve on the board of trustees. I have served a few times. I'm not sure how many, but I was an alternate. I was a trustee. I was a vice president. Now I'm the secretary. I'm so inspired by the people that I've worked with and have helped me to grow and just step up to things I never thought I would do. I love this community. Unity by the Shore has given me so much. I was searching for years for a place, for a wonderful place, and I never stayed very long. In 2009, I joined Unity and I've never left, and I don't intend to. I'm just amazed by the community here, how everybody is so loving. They're willing to share their wisdom, their love. They're just the greatest people I've ever met. When I was asked to join the board way back when, I was scared to death. I was like, I have no idea how to be a board member. I don't know what to do. But everybody just helped me through it. They showed me, and I've just grown through the years. And this year, when they asked me to be secretary, I was a bit nervous about that too, because it just didn't seem like something that I would be very good at. But again, these amazing board members stepped up and they're all helping me to get through this and be the secretary. I'm learning so much from everybody. So I want to say, I love this community. I love all of you. And I am so happy to be your board secretary. And I would like to invite you to, when a seat opens up on the board, to run for that seat, because I mean, really being on the board is an experience and it's wonderful. And I think everybody should try it. Thank you.
I invite you to just stay there for just a moment. And Edie, you are the epitome of endurance, of steadfastness when things seem the most bleak and difficult. And I know that you are navigating through some trying times right now, that you are looking for a new place to call home, that you are in search of work that fills you with passion and financially blesses you. And so I share this quote by Steve Marboli. Sometimes when we are on a spiritual path, we think it's just that let me start snapping our fingers and that we bypass the human experience. But he shares with us, life doesn't get easier or more forgiving. We get stronger and more resilient. And so my gift for you are these, and I'm excited because I see some, it's not the tree of life. They're elephants standing side by side. And elephants represent endurance. And they are also representative of the loyal friend, a welcoming presence. And that's what I see expressing as you. Yes, you have served on our prayer team, our chaplaincy team, although you're taking a little hiatus, and our music team. but you also have been officially known as our greatest welcoming, one of our welcoming cheerleaders. And so I think, we did a program called Stand in Love at Unity by the Shore, where the symbol was elephants standing side by side. And what you spoke of was really that symbolism that each one of us is here to not only celebrate the beauty, the magnificence and wonder of each and every person who has unique spiritual gifts, but the power of community is standing shoulder to shoulder, heart to heart, when we are in need. And I see you as representing that. I also see you as having the ability to take a step back, and have an open mind, where you can see more than one point of view. And that is really an essential gift, no matter what team that you serve on, and just in general in life. And lastly, I leave with you that the elephant is also a symbol of good luck and fortune and success. And so I bless you, I appreciate you, I love you. And my blessing is for you to know with every fiber of your being that your gifts and the flow of abundance is working and flowing smoothly in, through, and as you in all directions. So blessings.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything. Thank you.
Welcome. Now I'd like to call forth Vicky.
There I am. Hello, everyone. I just wanted to say this year has brought me so many blessings. And one of the blessings is to be more a part of the Unity community, even though I'm not in New Jersey all the time. Now, since COVID, it has given me the ability to really be the part of Unity that I always dreamed of, the part that when I left, I felt when I went to Florida, I would miss you guys and I wouldn't be able to help out and do things. And so this opportunity is an amazing one. So I'm so grateful for it. And my object, it didn't take me long to pick out my object. And I'm pretty sure you guys may have an idea of what it is. And I'm going to say you're probably going to be very grateful that I'm here and you're there and we're on a video screen, because my object gets worked hard and sometimes is very stinky. It's my dance shoes. These are my ballroom shoes. They've always been a part of my life. Well, maybe not these shoes, but my dance shoes have always been a part of my life and have taught me so much about myself and my gifts and my ability to share them with the world. So my tap shoes, which I don't have with me today, they're all in New Jersey. All my other shoes, except for my ballroom shoes, are here with me. My tap shoes taught me how to make noise, not just to make noise, but to communicate and express myself without words. It taught me to speak up. My point shoes, which I don't wear often, taught me how to find grace and ease through discomfort and pain. My ballet shoes, soft and supple. My jazz shoes, completely flexible. My hip hop shoes, supportive yet willing to bend. And my ballroom shoes, stand tall and stand proud and stand out. What shoe taught me the most? No shoe at all. It was my bare feet. It was when I stepped up and started teaching Let Your Yoga Dance for our community in my bare feet. I feel so grounded, completely me, no judgment, and able to listen and be guided by spirit. I believe that all my dance shoes have taught me so much and allow me to be the best I can be for our community. I promise during my time on the board, I will communicate and express myself. I will find grace and ease through discomfort, Be soft and supple, be flexible, supportive, and willing to bend. Stand out and stand tall. Be grounded, completely me, with no judgment, and always listen and be guided by spirit. I'm so grateful and thankful for this opportunity to be a part of the Unity by the Shore board and serve such an amazing community. So thank you.
Thank you, Vicki. That was just beautiful, just
Thank
beautiful. And as you all know, you see Vicki's smiling face on Sundays as one of our platform angels. And she has willingly said yes. And that is one of the blessings that we do get, right? There's always a silver lining in some difficulties that occur. And the silver lining is now she gets to serve all the way from Florida when she is in Florida and be part of our service to serve as platform person. And I am not surprised that you use the metaphor of dance. And so my quote that I have to share with you for you is by Bernard Wosen. Dance is meditation in movement, a walking into silence where every moment becomes a prayer. And it has been incredibly beautiful to watch you blossom in new and creative ways. And so there's no accident. I don't know how much of this I can get on the screen, but it says, eat, sleep, dance, repeat.
I love that.
So when I get to see
Thank
you, I offer that to you. And so I think, I'll continue the metaphor of dance, that you use, that it is a powerful expression. And Vicki is a masterful teacher. If you've ever taken one of her classes, the passion just leaps off of her. She explains things thoroughly, but what is most impressive is her desire to empower individuals to express what is most alive within them. And it's about moving, expressing, allowing your body to be the prayer emotion opposed to performing something. And so although if you've had the opportunity to watch Vicki dance, it is beautiful. But what makes it so beautiful is her passion that comes alive within her. And so as you flow with the music and teach others to flow with what is most alive within you, to flow with the melody, to flow with the tempo, that is an incredible metaphor for life. It is the epitome of our power of order, which asks us to flow with the changing winds of times, to be able to navigate our way. And so I know this year, and I say this to all of you, has not been easy. Vicki has her own businesses, and one of them is We Can Dance. She has dance studios for the youth, and because of the pandemic, they were shut down. And so her source of inspiration and giving in that way, and her financial flow of income was no longer at that point. And, so we have two things that we can do. Yes, embrace the sadness and do the grieving, but we can become victims, or we can reach within, as Vicki said, and said, okay, so now what is spirit of asking of me? And so she started You Can Dance for our community and the prayer embodiment ministry team. And now she's even said yes to serving on our board. And I just appreciate and I love you. And I thank you for serving.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Angela. Love you too.
Okay. And now Paula Phillips.
Hi.
Hi.
Don't lie, Angela. Tell them I'm your favorite. Tell them. They need to know the truth. I'm your favorite. Where'd you go?
I'll be back.
Okay.
You're spotlighted right now.
Oh, okay. Am I
You're
supposed
on.
to? Oh,
Share your gift, your
Hi.
symbol or.
So, hi, everybody. It was not difficult for me to choose my my object. I'm just gonna turn my camera around so you can see. Her Majesty is getting her photo op. That's my cat, Abby. And that is my massage table. And I've been massaging for 21 years. And that was, unbeknownst to me, that was what I was called here to do. So now that I've been doing it for 21 years, I do recognize it was what I was called here to do. I spent 10 years doing hospice massage, and it was a journey and an experience that not all of you will get to experience, but from my eyes, it was an honor to be allowed to be on the journey of these people who were transitioning, the families that were caring for them. I would go into a hospice home and I would either massage the patient or the family or both, depending. And you get to know these families and you get to see their pain, and they, you know, depending on how long you're with a case, you know, you get to really see inside the heart and the love of a family for a, you know, a transitioning family member. And when it came time for me to take care of my mom, it was it was eye-opening. So I just said to Angela, she had called me one day just to check in, and I said to her, I find that I'm going down the rabbit hole, and I feel that being of service to someone else would help me with that. And Angela, being Angela, said, I have an idea. Join the board. And I thought, oh, poor Angela, they must be desperate to ask me to join the board. Because I was like, I don't know what I could do for the board, but if there's something I could do, I'm more than willing to help. So after being baptized into this community by Eric Butterworth himself, and then leaving the community around the age of 20 and then coming back, you know, at the age of 50, there was a reason for that disconnect, but now I'm so grateful and so blessed to be back in this community, and just to be on the periphery of how this community treated my mom and how they have since treated me. And yeah, there's no better place to be. So I don't know what skills I will bring to the table, but I am willing to, I'm open to be, I am open to learn, and I am open to give whatever I can give. And yeah, that's it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That is just beautiful. And just by your sharing, so many people can see the passion that you are, the epitome of willing to be in dark places where some people would not have the courage to go, and to stand as the presence of love. And so as we are navigating through this time, I think, and I know rather, you have that consciousness to be that presence, to be that fresh, imaginative and creative expression that you are. So Paula has served on hospitality. She's also a mad cook, a great cook. And being a recipient of one of her, or a few of her massages, her hands, her presence is a healing presence. She is generous and kind, and she offers herself, even when she's in the midst of her mother passing, reconstruction of her current home. And she too, like Vicki, you know, when the pandemic first started and it hit us, her business which is her passion, which is her gift of massage, she was not able to do that. So not only her ability to allow that flow of expression that is her to continue to flow, but her source of financial income also was put on a little bit of a stopper there. And so having to navigate. And the other thing besides singing that she started before the pandemic is being certified as a master gardener. And so here's the quote that I share with you from May Sarton. Help us to be ever faithful gardeners of the spirit. Oh my gosh, who know that without darkness, nothing comes to birth. And without light, nothing flowers. And so I have watched you, Paula, navigating through the grief of losing your mom. I've watched you being the caretaker of your mom. I've watched you say in the middle of all that, when I was moving, hey, I can move things too. I'll show up with whatever truck I can. And when I was going through my own healing journey, you've offered your healing hands to me. And I know that you have done it to so many people. And so my gift to you, you can choose to fill it with whatever beverage of choice.
Yes.
But it says it's the plant lady. And so
I'll take it. I'll take it.
may you continue to plant seeds of faith within the consciousness of your heart and mind and soul, and continue to bloom and blossom in new and incredible ways. I love and appreciate you, Paula.
Thanks, Angela. I love you too.
And as you can tell, starting off, she has a wicked sense of humor and she makes me laugh. Love you.
Love you too.
Okay, so I thank each and every board member for their sharing, and now we will continue with the rest of our service in closing. I thank you for all those who wrote some incredible, encouraging, loving words to all of our board members. And I thank you for your ongoing support, and may you be inspired to use your gifts in new ways.